My workshop is in the third bay of our 3-car garage, and one thing that I've always struggled with is having enough power to power all of my tools. In addition to our vehicles and some storage, we also use this space to store a refrigerator and a freezer. Because of that, you can see this huge draw that it puts on the minimal power that we've got in the space. I've wanted to pull a dedicated outlet for the fridge and freezer for a long time, but I needed a different circuit in order to do that. And so I went up to the main level of our house and used my dining room, which has its own dedicated circuit. There's only 5 or 6 outlets on this circuit, and they really don't have a lot of power being drawn to them. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go under my house and pull from that outlet there and dedicate it to the fridge and freezer. This way I can run my tools without worrying about blowing a fuse. Anytime I go in our crawl space, I get totally turned around, so I went ahead and drilled a really small hole through our floor right under the outlet, and then I'm just sticking a coat hanger down there so then I can go under the house and try to orient myself on where that outlet is. Our house is built on a little bit of a slope, and so I've got about 4 feet of clearance here. It's kind of hard to tell in the video, but I need to walk all the way around to the other side of the crawl space, and not great footage here, not my best work. But hopefully it'll give me a little bit of a break. So I think I'm in the general area on where I'm supposed to be, and I'm looking up. I've got a light attached to the bill of my hat, and I'm just trying to find that clothes hanger, and sure enough, there it is. Okay, so now I was able to assess the situation a little bit, and I can see that I've got 2 power lines coming down from that outlet. Honestly, I wasn't even sure if I was gonna find any power lines down here. I didn't know if they were all run in the walls or not, so I went ahead and flipped the circuit, and then I'm gonna go back to the dining room and take that outlet apart to see what else I can learn. I'm just a DIYer and really don't know a whole lot about electrical, so if you're thinking about taking a project on like this, be sure to educate yourself, and anytime you get in over your head, you definitely want to call a professional. So my original plan was to add a new wire dedicated for the fridge and freezer to this box and pull it over to where I want it in the shop. My thought process was that I was gonna pull one of those wires down, and you can see me marking it here with some white tape so I can keep it all oriented when I put this all back together. And I was thinking I was gonna pull that down into the crawl space. You can see I'm creating a little bit of a fish tape here with this coat hanger, and after pulling it into the crawl space, I was going to attach the new wire and then pull that fish tape back up, where then I would just connect everything in this box using pigtails. So here I am trying to shove that wire down into the crawl space. It's not really moving much, so I'm gonna go under the house and pull it. And so now I'm back under the house, and I'm gonna try to pull it here, and you're gonna see why that's not gonna work here in a second. Well, it dawned on me that that wire right there is stapled to the wall on the inside. And so instead of trying to fish it out and in and all that, I'm just gonna follow it downstream here and get to a spot that's a little bit more comfortable. And I'm just gonna split it into a junction box down there on the other end of the crawl space. So that'll be a lot smarter and not nearly as painful. All right, so here we are a little bit more upstream of that wire. It's a little more comfortable to work. So I went ahead and split it. Wasn't, in hindsight, the most perfect place, but it'll do. And here I am attaching a metal junction box. This way I can pull in my 2 original wires on the side and then put my new wire through the back. These original wires are 14 gauge. That's why they are white. My new wire is 12 gauge. It's a little bit thicker. That's why it's yellow. I just thought I'd pay a couple extra dollars in order to get the thicker wire, because it's going to be supporting both a fridge and a freezer. Not sure if that makes a huge difference, but that's what I did. So this is pretty straightforward. You just go ahead and splice white to white, black to black, and ground to ground. You should have 3 connections, and then go ahead and wire nut all of those. And I went ahead and put a little bit of electrical tape on there as well. Again, not the best camera angles working in a tight spot here, but I did my best. So put a cover over that, and my junction box is now in good shape. And now I'm gonna run that 12-2 wire all the way up to the front of the crawl space where that fridge is. And I stapled it along the way. Didn't get a ton of great footage for that, but I've got it run all the way to the front of that crawl space. This is a great time to tell you all about Wallabot, who's the sponsor of today's video. This device is more than just a stud finder, and it's been popping up all over my social media feed this past year, so I was thrilled to finally get my hands on one a couple of months ago. Here I'm using the Wallabout DIY2M, and not only is it a stud finder, but it uses radio frequency to also detect pipes and wires hidden in your walls up to 4 inches deep. All you do is download the app, and then your phone becomes like an X-ray machine for your walls. I'm using it on this project to map out exactly where this outlet needs to be, because I know that the floor of our kitchen is somewhere behind here, and I don't want to mess with any of those pipes or wires. Remember that powder room that we walked by at the beginning of the video? Well, my wife wanted a shelf in there, and since I work full-time, whenever I get a little DIY time, I usually do as many things as I can. I know the primary drain from the second floor runs through this wall, and there's at least 2 electrical wires and probably some water supply lines as well, so this tool came in super handy. I used it to mark off the studs and find that drain so I don't put any screws through it and have a literal mess on my hands. In this case, I'm not hanging anything that's super heavy, so I wanted to find the empty spaces so I could use wall anchors instead of going directly into the studs. Speaking of studs, last time I used this to find the pipes in my daughter's bathroom, I learned that our house was built with 24-inch on-center studs, and sadly, it appears that the first floor is the same story, at least for these interior non-load-bearing walls. I'm a DIYer, but I still find myself poking holes in our walls all the time, so I'm thankful to have the Wallabout DIY2M on hand. Thanks, Wallabout, for sponsoring this video and helping me complete both of these projects without causing any major damage to my house by drilling through the water lines or electrical wires. For the garage outlet, I decided to remove the old phone jack that will never be used again and use that hole instead. And right here you can see the top of our floor joists, and that means the kitchen floor is right above that, so I was happy to keep this outline below that level. I fished the wire through, stapled it to the wall, and then replaced the insulation, and then I came back with an old construction box, which means it's made specifically for these situations where you're adding an outlet after the structure's been constructed. And then I just screwed that into place and then cut the wire to size. The electrical line is going to terminate here at this outlet. That's why I'm only using one set of wires, but if I wanted to attach another outlet in the future, I could and would just attach those to those bottom 2 screws of this outlet. With it wired up, I went and flipped the breaker back on and then used this little testing tool and confirmed that it was in good working order. And so I screwed the outlet in place and then attached the faceplate, and then that is it. No more electrical work on this project. I got the fridge plugged in and moved back in place, and then I had to get my step ladder in order to plug in the deep freeze as well, but that was no problem. I don't anticipate having to unplug these very frequently, only every quarter or so when the exterminator comes over to check the crawl space. All right, so that about wraps it up. I've greatly reduced the power load on this part of the garage by separating all of these tools into a couple of different circuits. I think this will last me well into the future. And if you like videos like this, be sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching.